Look at this, time do fly by.
Hello? Hello? It's working. Hi. I was confused. I thought it wasn't working. Let me turn the music down. Wait. One day I'll like actually think to do this before I switch over. I will learn one day eventually. There we go. That's a more sensible volume. That's not the music I was talking about actually. That's... I was referring to the nice twinkly guitar music actually. Hello. Hi everybody, how you doing? Hi. Hi Alexa Burn, thank you for the follow. Welcome in, welcome in. Who is here? Who is here? Let me see. Who is here? Hello, Potter. Hi. Hi Potter. Thank you for the resub. Oh my gosh, 11 months already. Time really does fly by. That's almost a whole year. That's wild. That's wild. I'm too far zoomed in. I feel pressured. Oh, there we go. That's more like it. I feel, there you go, I'm less oppressive now. I could be more oppressive though. If I wanted to be, I could be more oppressive. I can be more oppressive. But we won't do that. We won't do that because that's silly. That's silly. Okay, wait. Here? There we go. That'll do. That'll do. Yeah. I think maybe there we go. It's hard to position myself. I don't know what I'm doing. Hi, Hunter. How are you? One of the first two this time. You are indeed. Hello, hello. Hello, Bobo. Hi, Bobo. Good evening, M0. Hi, Night Mind. Are we sciencing the yap or just yapping the science? Why not both? Why limit yourself? Why not both? Hello, Seon. Hello. Hi, Deedle Dee Doo. Hello. Hi, Akuma. Welcome in. How are you? I hope you're good. Do we know each other? I believe you followed me earlier after Tayu, the lovely Tayu. We love Tayu. Tayu gave me a shout out. I will return the favor. Let's give Tayu a shout out back. That's how it works, right? This is reciprocation. See? I know how to do social things. If you don't already follow Tayu, what are you doing? You should be. You should be. Tayu is lovely. Does very good mental health orientated content. Not so lovely co-working sessions. 10 out of 10, highly recommend. Very cozy, very lovely. We love Tayu, exactly. Exactly. The music's still a bit loud. How's that? That should be better now. That should be better. Hello, Orishiro. Hello, Duke Duckman. Hello. Who else? Something stochastic, of course. Hello. Hello, Hasmod. Hi, Astro. Hello. Who else? Who's on the lab? Thank you for the lab safety register check-ins, everyone, as well. Thank you. Where are we? Where are we? I think that's everyone. Is it? I'm scrolling still. I'm still scrolling. Hi, Yoavko. Hello. And hello, panoramic cheese. Cheese. That was terrible, wasn't it? That was not, there was no like there was no real commitment behind that, but that's because I have a cut on my hand. So I couldn't bring myself to do it properly. I should have, I don't know, I could have cheese. There we go. That's more like it. That was probably too loud. I apologize. Hello, Flockia. Welcome in. Your new model looks great. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, I like it a lot. 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 Thank you. Let's see. Yes, please don't post any links in the chat. We don't appreciate that. It's not good cybersecurity. Not good cybersecurity. Do you think there are levels when it comes to dating in such a way where you literally cannot date successfully with someone else if your levels are too far? That's a good question. I don't know. I actually don't know much about like the formation of romantic relationships and like dating and stuff. That is not. I have friends who like specialize in that, and I've never thought to like ask them about it, which is kind of wacky. Kind of wacky. I should probably ask them. One day I'm going to bring people onto stream and talk to them about their research, and then there will be no stopping. The only thing that's like, okay, the only thing I need to get used to doing is not looking over here like this, because I just like stare off into space. Beans. I stare off into space, and that's the new face tracking is actually good, and now it gets picked up. So let's see. Science sword toggle when? That would be very cool, but I don't have that. I've just got my hat for now. 11 months, close enough. The notification says 12 months, did it? Oh, right. You're right. I apologize. It did say 12 months. That's a whole, oh, crikey, that's a whole year. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I think it's because it says, yeah, no, I just can't read. I can't read. I'm very tired. As usual, I'm horrendously sleep deprived. Please bear with me. I can't read. Let's see. You have to lurk today, Nightmind? No problem. I hope your work shift goes well. And thank you for lurking. Let's see. Here's a link. That's so true. Bringing someone on stream to talk about research would be very fun. Yeah. See, yeah, especially if multiple fields. Yeah, this is the thing. I feel like it would be really cool to bring on. So like, I have some ideas, right? I have some ideas. First of all, there's loads of VTubers that have a background in like STEM, for lack of a better word. You know, like science and engineering and stuff. And I feel like it would be super fun for, if they're comfortable, to like talk about their career. Because even if like their content is normally gaming orientated, sometimes it's nice to have like a kind of clear outlet to be able to talk about that stuff, right? And I think it would also be very fun. It'd just be fun. I just like talking to people. Just like talking to people. But yeah, so I'm kind of thinking about that, and then I'm also thinking about a little while back, Fi brought on like a university professor, like I think, onto his charity stream. He did a charity stream to raise money for glioblastoma, and he brought on somebody to talk about their glioblastoma research, and I was like, that's very cool and fun. And I've been kind of contemplating doing the same thing too. I just need to find somebody who'd be like comfortable with the format, because going live when you've never done it before is like kind of scary, you know? That's kind of scary. It's not like not necessarily the first choice of science communication for a lot of scientists. In the same way that like a lot of people just refuse to go on the radio or the news because like live is scary, but they'll do pre-recorded stuff. So yeah, I need to talk around. That's not the right phrase, is it? I need to ask around and yeah, see if there is anyone who is comfortable doing it. But I also have to be careful too, right? Because obviously, like, you know, if I make it too obvious who my social network is, then it's obvious who I am, right? That kind of that's a bit silly. So yeah, I need to think about it a bit. Yeah. But yeah, I'd like to talk to people outside of just psychology as well. I think that'd be fun. Yeah. Hi there, Red Panda. Hi, how you doing? New model, yeah. Look at me. I have actual face tracking now. Check me out. I no longer just... My old model, don't get me wrong. Okay, I love the old model, but it was very much just like... all the time. No thoughts, head empty. That was the whole model. Oh no, accurate. I know. I'm very accurate. Yes. But yeah, it was a bit too no thoughts, head empty. And I couldn't be annoyed. Look, I've been trying to practice being annoyed. Look at this. I'm kind of getting there now. Kind of getting there. Oh, hello. I've just realized sometimes I just completely go off the screen. That's probably not ideal. Wait. There you go. Now I'm sad. Oh wait, why does it smile? It's giving me away. Terrible. Terrible. It's been very fun getting a new model because now I can just like play around with it. I literally just sit here and just like talk to myself. It's so bad. Is this how people have always felt? Wild. The talk show format. Yeah. Genuinely, it might be fun. It might be fun. We need philosophy. There would probably be philosophy. I'm sure I could find at least a philosophy of science person to do it, you know? I reckon so. A lot of the community does research too. That's very true. That's very true. I could also ask within the community if people feel comfortable coming and talking to me. If that's not too scary. Let's be honest, I'm like the least intimidating person ever, aren't I? So there's nothing scary about it. When we arrived, this was a simple scuffed magical girl psychologist stream. Now we're here, a scuffed PhD magical girl from Ooh with a funny hat. That's true, I do have a funny hat. Where's my hat? There it is. That's my hat. My hat. I love my hat. It's beautiful and lovely and wonderful. Yeah. Oh, that reminds me, actually, I got told I've got a date almost. Kind of got a half official date for my what's the word? For my Viva, for my defense. So yeah, we have a date for when I'm actually gonna be a PhD magical girl. Scary. Scary. Yeah, like they've well, we've got a date range. We've got a date range, a more constrained date range. Yeah. Scary. It should be at some point. It will be at least a month. That I know for certain. It will be in between 1 and 2 months time, which is exciting. Yeah, I agree. I agree. It's a very nya moment. Scary. It'll be fine. Yeah, you'll crush it. I hope so. I hope so. I hope so. Because I'm scared. I'm scared. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. This is genuinely my thought process all the time, is just constantly like, I'm scared. It'll be fine. I'm scared. It'll be fine. Like, that's me literally all the time. The whole time that I'm thinking about it. Scary. But also exciting. Psydere on her defense. I position magical PhD girl Psydere in defense position and end my turn. This is true. Maybe I should actually bring Yu-Gi-Oh cards and see how they respond. What do you think they would do? I feel like they would both be very confused, actually, thinking about who my panel are. Well, there's 3 of them. At least 2 of them would be confused. Maybe 1 of them wouldn't. Need to send the video the Green Brothers did for the science of organizing a meeting. Is there science behind that? Because I'm struggling with that. I would love to know. I would love to know. Why are you tired, Hosmod? Wait, why are you tired? Why are you tired? What did I do? What did I do? Hosmod is here. How dare you say that right in front of him? So true. How dare I organize a date? Plot twist. He's gonna come too. He doesn't know it yet. He doesn't know it yet, but he's gonna come. He's gonna join me. He's gonna join me in my PhD defense. I live in fear. Free food? True, actually. Very true. Hi, Nico. How are you doing? How you doing? I'm here to do science. I can't promise there will be any science. I'm very sleep deprived. I need to stop that. I need to... okay, no. I need to stop going... Wait, I need to stop going off the screen. I need to constrain my movements. And eventually I will turn down the... I'll turn this down. This is probably too much. Oh, no. I just got a null result, so yeah. Oh, I feel that. I feel that. My whole thesis isn't just null results, really. I got like one solid result right at the end. I got like... So my thesis is like really good correlational results at the beginning. Series of null experiments. Really, really good result at the end. Which was also an experiment. So at least I got something. But oh my gosh, I'm like, it's fine. I'm telling myself it's fine because it's still like, it's still adding something important to the literature, although I'm not sure that it is. In a way, I think it kind of is because the thing that I did was like an experimental manipulation that's been done time and time and time again. And then like, it just didn't work. And I don't know why. And I'm trying to work out why, but there's not enough data for me to entirely work out why. So, yeah, I think I'm just going to go in and be like, look, this didn't work. One of the contributions is this well-established method doesn't work. Wow, that's kind of wild, isn't it? That's kind of wild. Yes. Have you seen the Studio C thesis defense video? No, what is that? I don't know what that is. Also, hi, Sine Wave Mood, and hello, Ikatono. How are you both? I hope you're good. I hope you're good. Thank you for the lab safety register check-ins. I hope you're good. No results are less satisfying, but no less important. Exactly. Exactly. This is what I'm trying to argue, you know? I'm trying... Well, okay, to be fair, with the people that are on my panel, I think at least one of them thinks this anyway, so that's good. But yeah, what I'm trying to do is my plan is to go in and be like, look, these results were null. Isn't that wacky? That's like opposed to the literature. And then look, these results were also null. That's also opposed to the literature. Put them together and what have you got? A replication crisis. Wow, maybe we need to do more research. That's kind of my plan. But I do have some ideas for why they failed. So it's not like I'm going in just like, yeah, that sucked. I think I've worked out why it happened, potentially, which brings more research questions, which I think are the type of research questions they would be interested in. So yeah, hopefully it's all good. Hopefully it's all good. Reinterpret failures to make them not failures. So true. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Engage them in a duel of honor. I'm scared. I would lose. Do I look like the sort of person that's got any honor left? I'm literally a VTuber. Come on. Oh no. We've been having a problem with people not showing their failures. Yeah, this is the thing, right? This is the thing. I'm happy to talk about my failures because I think they're a big part of learning, right? And what the data tells you isn't there is just as important as what the data tells you is there. And I've tried to have a proper comb through and work out what's going on. The thing is that like the correlation that I find in the first study, you find it consistently across all of the studies, okay? So this correlation is definitely a thing. But then when you try and experimentally manipulate it, it just didn't work. So I think that there is probably either a third variable in there, but I think honestly the most likely thing is that the constructs that I was measuring just aren't super differentiated. And if that's the case, then I wish I'd worked that out at the beginning. But that's fine. That's fine. That's still helpful. That's still helpful to know, you know? Yeah. Brings Yu-Gi-Oh cards to the defense thesis. Committee professor pulling the OG early 2000s boy jewel disc from the OG Yu-Gi-Oh anime. I've been waiting for this my whole life. one of them, I can't see either of them doing it, but one of them, like, I would be like, I can kind of imagine it, if that makes sense. Like, I don't think either of them would do it. Actually, both of them. They're both very interesting people. I mean that in a positive way, in the sense that, like, every time I talk to both of, because I've spoken to both of them before, and like every time I've spoken to them, I've like discovered a new thing about them, and I was like, that's very cool. What the heck? So if they suddenly started pulling out like Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, I would be like,
real.
I wouldn't even question it. Hi Lankuri! Hello! Thank you so much for the resub. What the heck? Thank you so much. 11 months. That's almost a year. That's almost a year. That's wild. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you, by the way. When you told me that, I came to mind when you said fish everywhere the other week. I was in a lecture on Monday and you came in clutch. Tutor asked me what was crucial for research, and I played the trap card and informed consent, and it worked. Let's go. Let's go. That is education. That is proof that sometimes my streams are accidentally educational. There you go. Okay, right. I'm sorry. I need to fix the the swaying on the model. It's a little bit too intense, I think. Let's turn that down a little bit. It's doing my head in. Let's see. How do I do this again? I've forgotten. I'm not gonna lie, I've forgotten. This one? Yes, this one. Let's see. I need to just turn the physics down a bit. There, like that. Like that. No, wait, I don't want to turn the physics down a bit, because then my hair isn't wiggly anymore. This is me trying to remember how this program works, because I still don't know. I'm still learning. Up and down. How does it work? How does it work? I don't remember. No, results are not a failure. My company makes high energy machines. So part of the research we do is literally throw power at things and see what happens. That sounds like it's really fun though. I'm not gonna lie. That sounds really fun. This one. Is it this one? Yes, it's this one. Okay. Okay. I worked it out. Look at that. I have the smart brain. There we go. Okay. Perfect. I'm so... Look at me. I'm learning software. Isn't that wild? Oh, I've left my menu up. Pretend that you didn't see that. Me, I'm learning the software. Also me leaves the menu up. Brilliant. Okay. Okay, there was an attempt. Look, I'm less all over the... I'm still a bit all over the place, but it's not as bad. I'm not going to just like entirely disappear now. That's an improvement. There was no menu. There was no menu, Bobo. Shh. There was no menu. There was no menu. There was no menu in Bar Sing Sai. Oh no. Someone got mad at me because psychologists just massage stats until it says what they want, so ergo psych is pseudoscience. Okay. That's not how it works. We very explicitly don't do that anymore. Well, by and large anyway. By and large, we don't do that anymore. A few people still do that, but they're the minority now. There's literally like there's literally studies now looking at like the uptake of open science practices and like pre-registration and stuff like that. And yeah, we're pretty good. We're pretty good now. There's obviously always room for improvement, but yeah. Anymore, yeah, we don't talk about psychology pre-2011. No, we did. Psychology did have a little bit of a history with not always following the scientific method in the best possible way, but you know, we live and learn. Am I right? Live and learn. I forgot the rest of the lyrics. I apologize. I was going to try and do a Sonic reference and then I just blanked. Oh well, there was an attempt. It's not a failure if your data is valid. That's very true. That's very true. Any kind of data, as long as it's like not biased data, it's always useful for something. When's the Psydere versus Rin Penrose fight? I don't know. I don't know. I'm scared. I'm scared of the frail Victorian child because I am also a frail Victorian child. Don't I have to do like a 2-person fight now? Who was the other person I was fighting? Oh yeah, it was Mylin, wasn't it? Oh no. Multiple frail Victorian children potentially. At what point do we all just give up and just become friends? There we go. Okay. 2011. Yeah, in 2011 there was a paper. I think it was 2011. Yeah, but there was a paper published by Daryl Bem, and it is widely cited as being the start of the replication crisis in psychology. Because basically this paper showed that people had like precognition, they could tell the future, which obviously it didn't, but it was like a bunch of sussy stats. That, yeah, just a bunch of statistical tests were just done in the wrong way. And then it got published and people were like, wow, ESP is real. And then they were like, wait, no, I've just read the paper. There's no way. So yeah. What do you mean? The Stanford prison experiment was a thrilling walk in the park. So true. So true. The worst part is, so Stanford prison experiment, first of all, the name always annoys me because it wasn't an experiment. It was a demonstration. So I don't know what's up with that. Like, it wasn't an experiment. They didn't actually like properly manipulate anything, to be honest. And they also didn't properly control things either. So it wasn't really an experiment, I think. I know that they like randomly allocated people to either be a prison guard or a prisoner, but that in itself doesn't make it an experiment. That's just a demonstration with extra steps. But also there's been some stuff come out that suggests that it might not have been as accurately reported as we all originally thought, which is a shame, but because it's so, you know, famous, but it's fine. It is what it is. The Stanford prison disappointment. Very sad, very sad. I mean, the prison experiment wasn't even a demonstration, in my honest opinion. It was an ethics violation. I mean, that goes without saying. It was indeed an ethics violation. That would... It's kind of funny, though, actually, because there have been, like, modern versions that have adhered better to, like, to the ethics requirements. But even... Oh, wait, no, it was that one? Was it that one, or am I thinking of Milgram, or am I thinking of both? Possibly both. I'm pretty sure there was a replication of the Stanford prison experiment, but I think it might have been for a TV show. Stanford prison experiment. Right, let's go on our beloved Wikipedia. You know what? You know what? It's time. It's time to share the screen. We're gonna learn about this together because I don't want to be spreading misinformation on the internet. Oh, look at that. Okay, that's probably too small, isn't it? Oh, is that better? I can't tell from here. Is that better? Let's see. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, cool. Am I too big? Am I too big? I don't know. For a TV show? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Reproducibility. Yeah, okay, yeah. The BBC prison study. Psychologists Alex Haslam and Steve Riker conducted the BBC prison study in 2002 to examine Zimbardo's themes of tyranny and resistance, and they published the results in 2006. It was a partial replication. Shout out to Wikipedia, by the way. It was a partial replication of the SPE performed with the assistance of the BBC, which broadcast a documentary series about it called The Experiment. That's very threatening, isn't it? The Experiment. Okay. Wait, what is that title? No. That's so aggressive. That's so ominous. I hate it. But yeah, they did actually replicate it. I don't remember the results though. There we go. The results and conclusions differed from Zimbardo's and resulted in a number of publications concerning tyranny, stress, and leadership. They published the results were published in a lot of places, to be honest, by the looks of it. Let's see. What did they find though? The findings question the notion that people slip mindlessly into roles. Yeah, I think I remember a little bit of this. Let's see. Can we access these papers? That's the BBC website. That's the A-level psychology curriculum. 17. Okay, no. Have they not actually linked the papers? Okay. Well, wait, was that on a paper? Okay, no, that's an interview. Here's my thinking then. Let's go. You like my orange background? Let's go to Google Scholar and let's Hi Zaki, how you doing? Hello, how are you? I hope you're good. I see we have the new model out. Yes, I'm not gonna lie. I like this model a lot. We're gonna be seeing a lot more of it. I am no longer going to be an anime girl on the internet. I'm now an Adventure Time girl on the internet, apparently. Don't dox your search history. Literally just nudge pension. What was the context for that? I feel like that was something that came up in a paper that we were reading on stream. I can't remember. Oh no. We can have a bit of misinformation as a treat. True. Excuse me while I spread misinformation on the internet. Look, okay, you can all have, we've got misinformation at home. You can have it when we get home, okay? You can't have your misinformation now. Terrible. I always thought the Stanford prison experiment was the way it was because they're all frat guys. No, from what I remember, they weren't all frat guys. Apparently, allegedly, they were just normal men. They were just innocent men. But no. Yeah, I think they were not frat guys. What was I doing? I've forgotten. Oh yeah, Steve Riker. I think I've met him. Yeah, I've met him. Okay. Let's see. Zoom. Actually, would it be easier to do it the other way around? Maybe it's one of the more cited ones, actually. Nudge pension. Yeah. Nudging people to not get a pension. Exactly. That's what we want. We want people to not get the pension. Please get a pension. It's very good for your long-term financial sustainability. Let's see. Is there anything here? This one? Let's see. Maybe this one. Who was it? It was Haslam, wasn't it, as well? I've not met Haslam. Okay, BBC prison study. This one mentions it. Is this going to be open access, though? Probably not. Oh, it is. Oh, okay. Oh, no, it isn't. It says section snippets. That's annoying. Okay, well, that's fine. Yes, University of St Andrews, the oldest in Scotland. Indeed, indeed. Does this say... Wait a second. Okay. I've just realized I can't show this because it has actually for some reason pulled up the full paper and it's not open access. So I'm gonna quit. Yeah, no, we're not looking at that. Probably none of these will be. Let me see if I can find any. Let me see if I can find any. What would we have on the exclamation point paper? What would that do? Crime. I'm not committing crime when it's recorded. Come on. Me and husbando in the evenings, our new like guilty pleasure in the evening when we're going to sleep is like watching videos about Johnny Somali. Now that's an interesting psychology case. Goodness gracious. Okay. I can't. We watched like 2. Well, I've watched more than that. I'm not gonna lie. I might have watched more. He's not in jail yet. There's a strong chance he might be. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, none of these are open access. That's a shame. That's a shame. I would have loved to know what the findings were. I think I would have maybe what I could do is potentially because I can read them and then summarize what the papers say. So if people are interested, I could do a like preemptive not preemptive, that's not the right word. Like a summary. I can do like a lecture. I can do a lecture which summarizes the findings of the replication. Yes, potentially. If people are interested, I can do that. Maybe. We won't snitch. I'm scared. I'm scared of Elsevier. They scare me. they scare me. they would unironically find me. They would find me. I wouldn't even put it past them. I live in fear. I don't like it. I'm very, very scared. I think that Elsevier are gonna come and find me, and then they're gonna take away all of my journal publications, and then they're gonna sue me, and then they're gonna block me from publishing ever again, and then I will no longer be a scientist anymore and I will suffer. Yes, that's what my catastrophizing brain is telling me. You get on stream and I hear crimes, I'm like a magnet to them. Let's go. Hi Bushy, how are you doing? I hope you're good. Yes, crimes. The context of the crimes being Johnny Somali, and the I don't know. I'm just finding it fascinating. It's fascinating just watching the. I would love to know what's going through his head, because obviously I'm not very good at working out what's going through people's heads in general, despite it kind of meant to be my job. But yeah, no, it's like a disaster, you know. It's like when you can see something bad about to happen and it's hurtling forward in slow motion and you can't stop it, but like it's also a product of just like sheer silliness, so you're kind of like low-key kind of enjoying it. It's so bad. So bad. Terrible. Does this count for the words per minute spreadsheet? No, because I haven't decided if we're reading or what we're reading yet. But I think I would like to do some science today, because it's been a while, right? It's been a while. I haven't been very good at sciencing recently, which isn't great. I should be better at sciencing. Let's see. Let's put that there. Let's bring up Zatero and see what we've got. I can't remember if there's anything that we started and then didn't finish. Yeah. I love hearing about the proceedings of the Somali case, and since there's similarity— wait, oh, my thing needs to update. Okay. You can do your update, little fella. That's fine. That's fine. And since there's similarities between the US and South Korea judicial systems, I'm hitting that Leonardo DiCaprio point meme. I'm not gonna lie, I'm also enjoying it, but like it is also kind of fun. From a— that's not right. Wait. I need to type things and I can't talk and type at the same time. I haven't unlocked that skill yet. It has been kind of fascinating. I know that you would find it fascinating from like a judicial perspective. I find it fascinating from like a psychology perspective. Because like it's almost as though there's so much— I don't know if it's like peer pressure, you know? Like I don't know if it's like peer pressure coming from chat. Because obviously they peer pressure him to do silly things for their own entertainment, and they don't really care about what happens to him after that happens. But I wonder how much of it is like that, and then how much of it is like, almost like he's just cognitive dissonancing himself into thinking that nothing bad is going to happen. If so, then that in itself is like interesting, to be honest, because how? Like, how can you convince yourself of that? It's just, I don't know. Fascinating stuff. Fascinating stuff. Let's see. What can we read? What can we read? Because he's charged in 2 different jurisdictions, so he got twice the court proceedings, because you have to charge in the correct jurisdictions the alleged incidents happened in. Oh, I didn't even realize that. I didn't even realize that. The video that I was watching, it was from, I don't know if anyone saw it. It was from that guy. I feel bad. I can't remember his name, but it was from the guy that flew out there to watch the trial, and then like reported on it live. And I think he said that like, because there's like extra charges. I didn't realize that it was because of the different jurisdictions. But yeah, I know that he said something about like, because there's another set of charges. He's going to be like tried as a repeat offender as a result of it, which is interesting stuff. Tozy, possibly, can't remember. For once I can picture him, but that's kind of because he looks like every every dude. Do you know what I mean? Oh wait, is this him? None of his thumbnails are him, so I don't know how I'm meant to. Yeah, that was him. That's him. Okay, that's the one. Tozy, indeed, that's him. That is him. There's a lot of cases of influencers thinking they're above the law, especially when they have a very fast rise. Yeah. I think it could well be that like something about the this is me purely speculating, but it could well be that something about the like the metrics, I guess, kind of overinflate the degree to which you think you have social status, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes any sense. Like, because like talking to 40 people at once and feeling like you are appreciated by them is more people than most get. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that kind, like people who suddenly get a very big increase in the amount of people like watching their live streams, for example, I wouldn't be surprised if that kind of affects the way that they think about social status, if that makes sense. Yeah. Hi, look, Dietra, how you doing? You have indeed walked into Johnny Salami talk. Indeed. I'm gonna call him that now, that's funny. To put it in layman's terms, you go through court proceedings in jurisdiction A and then you go through proceedings in jurisdiction B, but the results in jurisdiction A may affect how the judge rules in jurisdiction B. So for example, if they find you a repeat offender, and if they do, you might get the special court that we call in the States the repeat offending criminal court. Okay, that's interesting. So basically, oh no. I see. That's terrible news for him. Okay. I'm trying to work out. So I started reading. Did I read this on paper? On paper. Okay. I don't think I did read this on stream. But I don't think I can read it on stream. Potentially. No, I can't read that one on stream. Let's see. What did we start reading and then didn't finish? We read that one. What are we interested in? Because I can just look through my list of things that I've marked as potentially we could read this, and then... A paper. Yes, thank you for that input, Hunter. That's very helpful. Do you think this increase in viewership creates a need to maintain this perceived higher status through crazier stunts, or is it that they have some sort of immunity as a result because it's for the memes, or both? I don't know. Normally with this kind of thing, it's like quite dependent on the person. So, for example, if they have the kind of personality or if they have the kind of like life experiences that would cause them to put a lot of weight on social status, then they might be more fearful of losing their social status. In which case I would hesitate to guess that probably that would lead to the escalating stunts, because normally the pattern that I've noticed with influencers is that like the escalating stunts will be when their numbers are starting to dip and they start to panic a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. Ouch. I don't know if you heard that. That was one of my joints cracking. Pain. Do you think I read that already? Sorry. Sleep deprivation moment. Quantum chromodynamics. I can't process what that means. Okay, enough about court proceedings. Let's hear about what my little cousin calls psycholology. Eh? I'm so confused. Okay, so here's the plan. Here's the plan. I do have some papers about psychology. I also have some papers about open skients. And I also have some papers about no, actually, I think that's it. That's my whole reading list. So I have some suggestions. My first suggestion is this is a paper that got recommended to me by a lecturer. One called Metacognitive Myopia, a major obstacle on the way to rationality. So this is talking about the concept of metacognitive myopia, which is a conspicuous weakness of the quality control of memory and reasoning processes. So we can find out what that is. Or there is one that was also recommended to me called The Myth of Normal Reading, which is about how educational and psychological science need to embrace the diversity of reading rather than chase the phantom of normal reading behavior. Or we could I think those are both review papers, so we could potentially also actually try and find an experiment for once. For example, does perceived lack of control lead to conspiracy theory beliefs? Findings from an online MTurk sample. There's that one. Or we could read reading. Do stress and anxiety lead to belief in conspiracy theories, or potentially cross-cultural test of competing hypotheses about system justification? Now, some of those words probably don't mean anything, but do any of you do any of them sound vaguely interesting? Do any of the words that I have said out loud sound vaguely interesting? I generated a scene in GPT about a psychologist fighting her thesis approval in a Yu-Gi-Oh setting. Feel free to go and post it. Yes, paper. I agree. I agree. The first one sounded cool. The metacognitive myopia one. Taeyeon, you prefer the metacognitive myopia one too? I don't know. I don't know if they are. I have no question. I have never questioned that. Hi, Dog Rick. How are you doing? How you doing? I hope you're good. Okay, so it sounds like Adventure Time, indeed. Indeed. I did write a little science themed version of the Adventure Time intro song, which I may or may not record one day. Who knows? We'll see. Depends if I get potentially hit with the copyright. Who knows? Who knows? I'm still trying to find a conspiracy theory case for you, but the search engine fills in conspiracy with conspiracy to commit fraud or other crimes like that. Okay, what you need to do is literally like direct quote, like, I don't know if you have the same like search engine operators, but like the double quotes in most search engines, if you put the double quotes around it, it will use it as an exact phrase. So that might work. Or you could like revert, like you could add in, what are they called? I forgot what they're called, but like the operator that stops a thing from showing up. So I guess you could put in like minus fraud, for example, and that might stop fraud from coming up. There you go. There are actually secret ways to make to make the most out of search engines. They don't tell you it. It's a secret. It's a secret. That is the wrong article. That is not the one that I was going to click on. Okay. Let's see. Metacognitive myopia, a major obstacle on the way to rationality. Let's see. Let me just double check the license. The license is CC BY. We are good to read. We are good to read. Now, I think this is going to be another review paper. It's not too long. It's only 8 pages, so that's good. One of those pages is references. So that's excellent. Let's see. We're going to go like this. We're going to go like this. There we go. Is it tarot? Yes. On. Hello. Oh. Didn't think that through, did I? How do I move stuff around? I guess I probably need to be a bit smaller. What if I came over here with you guys today? No. I like being on this side, actually. Sorry. No offense. Is it tarot? Let's shift this. Where can I? Haven't thought this through. Didn't think this new layout through, did I? Okay, we're gonna move you over here with me. Hi. I'm gonna fix my frame because that's gonna bother me. Right. That. There we go. Now the things come back. Perfect. There we go. Success. Success all round. Nothing but professionalism here. Yes. Let's see. For now, I managed to avoid having to battle fires at the job. But I still spent 2+ hours in a meeting and it couldn't have been an email. Oh, classic. That's the worst. I've got pretty good at like making sure my meetings are short now. I'm quite proud of myself, actually. I feel like I'm doing quite a good job. Yeah. Let's see. Oh no, there's gonna be an ad. Okay, I'll run the ad. I'll update the stream title and stuff, and then we'll do the paper. Okay. I'm sorry for the ad. I apologize. Okay. Let's see. Just caught a shiny sphere. Any name suggestions? That's cute. I don't have any name suggestions because I feel like the names that are appropriate for a sphere are not appropriate for the last one, the walrus. I forget what the walrus is called. Because like this sphere looks like a proper like a very cute little ball, and then it grows up and then it becomes a proper bloke. Do you know what I mean? It becomes a bloke. Oh, the meeting was necessary. Okay, that's all right then. But it's still tiring, isn't it? It's still tiring. Hi, Aspirin Juice. How are you doing? Yeah, Warren. That's the one. That's the one. Yeah. Warren's a proper bloke. It's got bloke energy. Okay. What do I need to do? I need to copy the link. Copy link. Oh, I've already got a pinned thingy. Right. I'm gonna do this then. There we go. Now we've got 2. Perfect. Check me out. I'm prepared. I know what I'm doing. Okay. And then we're no longer attempting to do science. Metacognitive. I can't spell. Oh dear. Myopia. When you're literally blind to your own thoughts or something. Let's find out. And then it's Fiedler et al. When was this published? 2023? Oh, I've run out of space. Let's see. 2023. There we go. Okay. That should be it. That should be it. And then we want to go to science. So we're in science now. Check us out. There we go. Perfect. We did it. We did it. Hi, Alex. Thank you for the lab safety register check-in. I hope you're good. Hi. I hope you're good. The funny story that I've got to tell you, when I was planning out with Fishy for Husmod, we were talking about designs and I sent her the design, and literally within the hour she made the outline and it made me go, wait, what? That's so impressive. That's how I feel whenever Mylin does anything. Every time that Mylin ever does art, I'm like, how did you do that so well and so quickly? That's not fair. That's not fair. And then there's me taking like 3 hours to draw an actual meme. I could probably be better if I tried, but I don't care to. I'm far too lazy. I love it when artists can just like power out something amazing like that. That's very, very cool. Very, very cool. Okay, I'm going to drink some tea and then we're going to start reading. Even the face tracking on the drinking tea is more accurate. That's kind of wild. Mylin finished making the model in a shorter time than reading one paper. Yeah, in case anybody didn't know, Mylin made this model of mine in literally 6 hours. That is wild. That is wild. It doesn't even surprise me that the paper takes longer though, because they are kind of difficult to read. And like, it's very easy to get distracted as well, to be honest. And also it's just fun to yap, let's be honest. It's fun to talk to everybody. It's fun. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry, I need to cough and then we'll actually get started. They have a talent, I know, right? I know. It's wild. It's wild. I don't know if I have any kind of talent where I could just power out something impressive to this quality in 6 hours. Maybe for very specific like writing tasks, but yeah, art, no chance. And the fact that this model is so good. I don't know if I even showed this. Like, I'll try and stop moving. It does actually have like a, I have like an animation. I have a passive animation even. And like my foot moves. Can you see? My foot moves. I can walk threateningly towards you. I can walk threateningly towards you. Are you feeling threatened? Are you feeling threatened? Are you feeling threatened? The distraction, we don't even need an actual distraction. I'm just distracting myself at this point. It's terrible. It's terrible. You got a commendation for science communication? Don't sell yourself short. That is true, but also I think they might have been drunk when they did that. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I've been pretty bad at the science communication overall. Like, sometimes I feel like I'm LARPing the science communication. I'm just a normal VTuber with extra steps. That's how I feel sometimes. And then other times I'll like do a stream and like it would just be a yapping stream, but we spend the whole time talking about science stuff. And then I'm like, yeah, I am a science communicator. You're right. And then sometimes I do a paper stream and then I come out of it and I'm like, I didn't talk about the paper. Oh. So I feel like it's kind of variable, you know? I feel like it's variable. Oh no, not the vine boom. I've been vine boomed. It's true. I do sometimes attempt to read a paper and then not read the paper, so it's fine. It's all part of the fun, isn't it? It's all part of the fun. This is why you're getting into so many fights. Yes, because I'm threatening. As threatened as I would be for a sandwich. Okay, it depends on the type of sandwich, because a cheese sandwich would be actually genuinely very threatening to me, so. As threatened. Oh wait, no, not particularly. Rin Penrose is only 5'1" apparently. That okay, to be fair, I'm not massively taller, but I'm taller enough to have an advantage. I'm average height. I swear. Fake it till you make it. True. Imposter syndrome be like, also true. Yeah. There probably is a little bit of imposter syndrome, but you know, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like, so I think that when people think about science communication, they think YouTube videos where you watch things and you learn about the thing, and that is the whole video, if that makes sense. So like, I don't know. I feel like the standard for a start, science communication generally, people don't even think of social media still that much. They tend to think about like events that the public can attend, or like public lectures, or you know, like interviews on the radio, TV, news interviews, stuff like that. You know, like PBS type of shows. That's normally what, like, or like, you know, like Neil deGrasse Tyson, Brian Cox, that kind of thing. That seems to be like the default that people still kind of have around science communication. There is definitely a lot more attention being put on like social media and video platforms. I feel like YouTube videos have now established themselves as a solid niche of science communication. Live streaming, I feel like, is like, obviously there's a lot of people doing it, you know. There's we've raided into so many people that do science communication even just on Twitch, right? There's so many people doing it already, and that they do it really, really well. But I feel like it is just fundamentally kind of different, because you have to balance out talking about the science, but also in a way that's interesting. And you also have to be able to jump around topics enough to keep people engaged. Because the reality is that with a live stream, if you just sit there and you drone on about one thing for 3 hours, people are going to leave, because it's not fun. It's not fun to watch. And for me, I think that the yapping part of it, I know I kind of meme about scientific yapping, but I do actually think that's probably doing more of the heavy lifting in terms of the science communication than when I sit here and I'm like, I'm going to do a lecture or I'm going to read a paper. Like that, I think, I don't know if I can explain it, but like the way that I'm trying to do it is like wrapping up the science in a package of yapping that's like fun, and, you know, throwing in like games and, you know, other stuff too occasionally. I think that that's probably the approach that makes the most sense for live streaming. I do think it varies across platforms though. It's probably a Twitch specific thing, because when I look at the people that I know that are on YouTube, they seem to be, I would say that the Twitch format is probably generally a bit more chaotic, whereas on YouTube, I think you can do live streams that are more planned, and it works a little bit better because the VOD is just there, and probably most people are going to watch the VOD anyway. So yeah, I think Twitch specifically does need that. And I keep trying to remind myself that, because I do sometimes feel like, oh no, I've just spent like the last 5 streams have all just been yapping or games. That's terrible. And I have a bit of a tendency to lose sight of the fact that we are actually talking about science stuff during the yapping and during the games. I forget. But at the end of the day, you're right. That is still science communication. Yeah. Sorry, I went off on like a tangent there. TLDR. I think that, yeah, streaming on Twitch, science communication streaming on Twitch just needs something a little bit different to what people think of as traditionally science communication. And that's a lot of community building and a lot of just doing stuff that's fun and engaging, and then kind of weaving the science through it. Because otherwise it's boring and people are spending their precious time. You know, I really appreciate all of you, because your time is precious and you're choosing to spending it here. Like, that means a lot to me. That means a lot to me. And I hope you get something out of it, both in terms of knowledge, but also just in terms of enjoying it. I don't know. I think people too often forget that the entertainment part of edutainment without the education part wouldn't stick. That's very true, yeah. And when I think about the people that I enjoy watching who are science communicators, they are very much that way inclined too. So I think it just makes it a bit more fun, a bit more entertaining, a bit more interesting as well. I don't know. Enjoy your lurk, Oroshiro. Thank you so much for the lurk. Thank you for joining us. I hope you have a good rest of your day if you don't manage to get back. Thank you. Bcalm is a spectrum. It very much is. It very much is. Yeah, and I think it ranges from like are you actually lurking, or is it the aliens? Like blink once if you not once. Blink twice if you need help. But yeah, no, I think it ranges from like the pre-planned, like, I am going to teach you about a thing via a lecture or a video, you know, like to like that kind of thing, but entertaining. So like what Fi does. And then I'd say the next step along the spectrum is then like straying more into the like telling a fun story that happens to be educational. So you see a lot of history channels especially are like that. And then you get to the more chaotic end, like where I am, where it's just like, we yap and there also happens to be science. I wonder how you could place people. There must be a way to do like a science communication political compass. It must be a thing. We must be able to do that. Oh no, the aliens have got you, Orator. No. No. Hi Rico, how are you doing? How are you doing? I hope you're good. I hope you're good. Very much true. I think it's important to take chat input too. Right. I love how you said that while I was going off on a waffle and I wasn't looking at chat. Very true. That's the thing also, is that like the thing that makes Twitch fun is that like, you know, it's very interactive. Streaming in general, the thing that makes it fun is that it's interactive. And if you can't go off on tangents and talk about random stuff and talk about things in a fun way, then you're kind of losing the magic of that, I think. I don't know. If you talk about one thing for 3 hours, people will be confused because they'll think they'll have joined mid-conversation. Yeah. This is something that I have noticed too. And I don't know, I enjoy reading through the papers on stream, but I do sometimes question whether it's actually sensible, because I feel like if somebody sees a paper kind of like halfway through, then they'll be like, oh, I don't know what's happening in the first half of the paper and now I feel a bit confused. But I enjoy doing it, so I don't want to stop doing it. But I'll possibly think about ways to have like, I don't know, like shorter stuff. I've been thinking about maybe starting to go through like psychology news potentially, because there's been some really interesting stuff coming out in the news recently. So maybe like looking a little bit at like, what's the word? Like the lay summaries, or like maybe I speed read a paper like off stream and then I give a little talk through it potentially, but like kind of shorter segments. I don't know. I've not decided yet. I want to start experimenting with stuff a bit more again, because I actually have the time and brain capacity now. So this week aside, because, or the last week or so aside, because yeah, things have been a bit chaotic. Yeah. I'm going to do the same on Iriam. Yes! I'm really sad that I can't watch your streams on Iriam. I'm really, really sad about that. But yeah, I'm gonna... Wait, I don't even know if... Do you have VODs on Iriam? I actually don't know how it works. Because like, I'm geo-locked out of it, so I'm banned. I couldn't sign up even if I wanted to, so yeah. But yeah, if you're gonna have VODs, I'd love to know that. I'm not uploading the health lectures on my VODs to YouTube. Yes, let's go. I can catch up. Let's go. That makes me happy. That makes me very happy. I think it probably varies across fields as well. Some things are better for yapping than others. That's very true. I feel like I don't know. I don't know actually. I think you can probably yap about anything, but probably the ease of material with which you can yap, that's probably more the issue. Because I think that psychology, social science in general, tends to be a little bit like convoluted, right? So possibly it's a bit more difficult to yap about naturally, unless you like know like very specific things and stuff. But yeah, whereas like other stuff, I'm thinking like, for example, like astronomy and astrophysics and maybe certain areas of biology, like they're pretty well covered in the mainstream media, so you've got more resources to talk about like quickly, you know. Thank you so much for the resub, Pippi. Thank you so much. 2 months. Thank you. I really appreciate it. And also for the lab safety register check-in. Thank you. I hope you're good. How are you doing? I hope you're well. You're not late. It's fine. There's no such thing as late here. I'm always the one that's latest, let's be honest. Although if I don't give myself a time, can I really be late? I'm always late, let's be honest. And hi, is it Drayan's Rage? I hope I've said that right. Hello, hello, welcome in. Nice Adventure Time model. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's new. We only debuted it on Saturday? Yeah, it's like Wednesday now, right? I don't even know where I am anymore. Yeah, we only debuted it on Saturday, so it's very new and I love it a lot. Thank you. Let's see. I think something that people forget is that conversations need a lot of backdrop. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That might be more of a symptom of like Zoomer attention spans though, right? Because I have noticed like before, if it was like a, you know, like the story time videos, right? When I was younger, when I was a teenager, back in my day, story time videos would just be someone like sat in their room, or I guess the VTuber equivalent would be just like having like a static or mildly animated background, right? And now it's like I sometimes see them and they've got actual just like gameplay going on, like sped up like VOD footage or something in the background. I'm like, I can't actually, I'm struggling. Like I have to look away because I can't process what they're saying because of the stuff happening in the background. I can't do it. But yeah, you need like, I think you need something to like bounce off of, I guess. And I think the papers are quite good for doing that. Yeah. I'm gonna drink some tea. See, but even that tangent explained different pros and cons of different forms of science communication. That's very true. That's very true. The tangents that we go on are science related. It's like, I think they count. especially since so many of you have a background in science or technology or whatever yourselves as well. Like, yeah, talking about that kind of thing, I guess, could potentially be helpful. We do a bit of science, but mainly communication. That's so true, Alps. That's so true. I'm putting the communication in science communication. Hi, Yanis Phoenix. How are you doing? How are you doing? I hope you're good. Sorry, I'm like really far behind. Goodness gracious. I feel like the yapping makes it more interactive, which helps with the retention because the audience is more mentally engaged with streams than a YouTube video or a lecture. I think so too, yeah. Because like with YouTube videos, for me personally, I tend to put them on like, if it's, how can I explain this? So if it's like a video essay type of video, I don't ever watch them. And I feel horrible saying that because I know that a lot of people put a lot of time and effort into like the editing in their video essays, and I just do not look at it. I just listen to it like a podcast because I don't know. I just find it boring a lot of the time. Like if I'm not sat with Cosmod watching it together, then I don't really want to watch it, if that makes sense. And it's to be honest, I'm kind of the same with streams. Like a lot of the time I will put someone's stream on and I will just lurk in it. Normally because I'm like working or I'm busy, but partially also because I like having background noise, but I don't like having background visual stimulation, if that makes sense. So yeah, I don't know. Potentially it's a little bit of that, but also like the kind of streams that most people like watching are the ones where it is actually engaged and you can actually have a bit of a conversation, right? So yeah. I'm all for 3 hours on one topic, but I understand it isn't great for streaming in general. Yeah, I mean, I think it's more fun to do it like a conversation generally, right? And I'd like to say also, I don't do this on purpose. I don't do this on purpose. I just kind of do it naturally because I have a lot of things that I'm interested in personally, and I have a lot of things that I could talk about. So I tend to just kind of like weave through the various things that I'm interested in. And I am aware of the fact that sometimes that means that we kind of loop over the same topics again and again and again. And I hope that that doesn't get boring because I don't want that to be boring. But yeah, that's why I'm thinking maybe also bringing other people onto streams a bit more. Cause like I want to do more collabs. That was like one of my like goals for the year was to do more collabs. I'm just trying to work out like a way because obviously I don't really plan my streams. I just kind of hop on when I feel like it. So I'm trying to work out a way to like bring people on without so we can talk about science stuff, but also probably other random stuff without like needing to plan too much. I'm thinking about it. I might have an idea that I'm gonna test out soon. Yeah. It does make it a little longer than it should when you have folks pop in and have to repeat something you just said or give a brief overview. For the most part, I just move on in my sections. Yeah, see, that's smart if you're doing a lecture, definitely. But I think with the more casual chats, like probably a lot of the time we don't even end up looping back around to something anyway. So yeah, I just keep going. I just keep going, and then if we come back around to it, then we come back around to it, and if not, then we don't. You know. Oh, the first one's on kidney stones. Nice. Well, not nice actually. Very unpleasant. Very unpleasant. I've heard. That's very cool. Hi, Not the Brain. How are you doing? I'm good, thank you. I'm good, thank you. How are you? I hope you're well too. I need to drink. My throat is like, I've got allergies. Nobody is surprised by this, but I've got allergies in general. And I've also got bad seasonal allergies now on top of that. So I might have to like keep drinking today. Tangential yapping helps by being a step removed from the jargon. That's also very true. That's also very true. I feel like the physical sciences are easier to just say stuff about without needing a bunch of clarifications. Yeah, I think it's possibly more that physical sciences, actually not even physical sciences generally, because chemistry, like how much just thinking about proportions. Okay, thinking purely in terms of proportions. When I think of science communication, I think what are the big fields that make up a lot of science communication? Overwhelmingly, astronomy and astrophysics. Overwhelmingly, like certain areas of biology. I don't think it is a feature of it being like I don't think the physical sciences are inherently easier to talk about. Because chemistry? No. No. I can think of maybe like 2 chemistry science communicators. Yeah, chemistry is hard to talk about, right? Chemistry is really hard to talk about because it's also complicated. But that's more complicated in the sense of having a lot of jargon. But I guess also there is often a lot of nuance that's needed. Another one I can think of off the top of my head is genetics. Genetics is super hard to talk about, like, because that requires so much nuance. In a lot of environmental science stuff can be quite hard to talk about sometimes. Certain things can be easy, you know? So like, for example, like marine biology, arguably that's fairly easy to talk about because people kind of understand the basic concepts of like, what is fish? What is dolphin? You know? Like, they kind of get that. But like with things like chemistry, often the times you're having to build up the base concepts and explain things literally from the ground up. And I think that's part of the issue that psychology has in particular, because people like people have folk psychology. They think they understand people, right? Even though a lot of the time those intuitions that we have about how people think are actually wrong, and like the quote unquote common sense explanations are not actually true. We think that we know and we hold on to those. And so the first step of the science communication is saying like, I get that you think this, but actually like it's not quite right. And that might be the unique thing to social sciences, is that everybody has an opinion on it, even if they're horribly wrong. I know that that's also sometimes true of some areas of like physical sciences and life sciences, but I feel like, as well, especially recently, but I think that psychology and social science in general is, yeah, just particularly prone to it. I don't know. That's my thinking. I've gone on such a long-winded tangent that I'm now actually 10 minutes behind on chat. Let's see. Speedrun. As long as it's 1% science and 99% communication, it counts. This is very true. I listened to Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance and its analysis of quality and truth. I have not. I don't know what that is actually. Let's see. I'm gonna quick Google. Policy. Wait, I'm confused. Ah, okay, there we go. This one. Ah, okay, yeah. Okay. I've heard of this, but I have not read it. I should read it. I will add that to my list. There we go. My list just being an indefinitely long bookmarks folder. I'm sorry. I can't promise when. Yeah, right. Like what, having a stream in the background and then occasionally coming in to like write a message. I feel like that's a fairly common way to like engage with Twitch content. I don't know. And I do think it requires a different approach to other forms of content. I love listening to smart people talk. If I frown enough, some of the smart will stick to me. Well, I'm terribly sorry. You're in the wrong place. I almost have a PhD, which means that I'm stubborn. I'm not smart necessarily. You might pick up some of the stubbornness. I don't know. Maybe that's what I hope, is that people, you know, come for just like the comfy vibes or whatever, and the yapping and the fun times, and then they maybe learn something by accident. That's ideal. That's ideal. Most of the long videos I watch are like static images of the topic or flipping through a few images and the dude talking. I've never come across those. Mine is very much like the overly okay, I have exactly 2 types of educational videos on my feed. Like on my YouTube feed. The ones where like the visuals are really good, like, you know, like the fancy video essays or like the Kurzgesagt videos, those kinds of things. Or I have man in field in the style of Tom Scott. There is very little in between. I'm cool with either. I don't watch either. Like, I just listen. So, yeah. I went to school for chemistry, and yeah, it's a hard subject to find it's hard to find interest in other people, especially because of how broad a subject it is. Exactly, right? Exactly. And like I mean, personally, I really struggled with chemistry. Like physics, fine. Maths, fine. Biology, fine. And psychology, obviously fine. Chemistry? Yikes. Something about organic chemistry, I just couldn't do it. I was fine in organic chemistry. Organic chemistry, no. Couldn't do it. Failed it. Failed the exam. It's the only exam that I've ever actually got like an actual fail in was my A-level chemistry exam. Specifically the organic chemistry one. And I felt so bad because my teacher was really nice and like I wanted to do well for him and I really tried. I had like I spent weeks revising it. I like sacrificed my other subjects so that I could try and revise for this one exam, and it just, none of it went in. It just didn't work. That's okay. Some of us are just not designed for alkenes and stuff, you know? But yeah, I don't know, physics was fine. You only failed one exam in your uni course. No, to be fair, this was in high school. So I failed one exam in high school, and I didn't fail any exams in uni, but I did get like a barely scraping pass in one. It was developmental psychology, and I'm still annoyed about it. Yeah. Yeah. But then it was always weird because I'd like, when I was in school, I'd always get really low predicted grades, and then I'd get good actual grades, and then I'd be like, why? What is with this disparity? And they never learn either. Not until literally like the last year of high school. Also, I should make a clarification for anybody. That in the UK system, high school is actually 11 to 18. So yeah, so I'm talking about like an 8-year span, not a 4-year span or whatever American high school is. Yeah. I know of a few chemistry YouTube channels, but it's not really something that could be streamed. I think there are a few people that do stream out of a lab, but yeah, there's not many. There's not many. I wish there were more. It's very cool, but it's also probably like a health and safety nightmare. So it could well be a health and safety nightmare. But chemistry, I had a meeting last week trying to explain dilutions to the business people, and it was a struggle. Oh Lord, I can imagine. I can imagine. Trying to explain anything to the business people. And I'm saying that as somebody who is now kind of a business person. Not a business person though, but you know, I do some business stuff now, which is weird. Genetics is the sort of thing that people have a usually false idea of in their heads already, and they don't really get what the terms mean. Exactly, yeah. And psychology has the same problem, I think. So I think that like that base, it's not like if there's no base level of knowledge. Hi, hello. Hello. Welcome in. Hello, Raiders. Hi. Let me give you a shout out. There we go. Hello. Welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. Thank you so much. Hello, Raiders. I'm Psydere. I'm a research psychologist, and we talk about research psychology sometimes on stream. But today I was gonna start reading the paper, but so far I've been yapping, but that's fairly standard. But we're talking about science stuff, so it still counts. It still counts. Yes, Lee Chung, let's go. Let's go. The queen of yapping, indeed. I feel like I should be the principal investigator of yapping, really, shouldn't I? I should be the lab manager or something. I don't know. Thank you so much for the raid. What were you up to today? Everybody, if you don't follow Professor Dutchy already, why? What are you doing? Why? What were you up to today? And I hope that, you know, you're feeling okay. And if you need to get away from your screen, and, you know, get up and stretch and get some food and water and stuff, please absolutely do. You're also welcome to lurk, and you're also welcome to stay. We love that. You know, any of the above. Playing a bit of Minecraft. Nice. I need to play Minecraft more. Like, I feel like Minecraft is very, very fun. Every time I play it, I'm like, this is super fun, this is super cool, and then I just don't for months on end between plays. It's very sad. I need to do it more. Yeah. Were you building anything specific, or was it like a survival one, or what? What were you up to? And also, who have you brought with you? Runa. Hello, Runa Delamort. Hello. And hello, Renera VT. Hello. How are you? I hope you're both good. And also, hi, Psychic Salad. I don't think I've said hi to you yet. Bold to assume I have thoughts to start with. Relatable. Reads a bit of the paper. Yeah, that's why I just take things mostly at face value unless it's harmful. Like someone telling me about themselves until proven otherwise. You know what? I'm going to be honest. I brought up this paper and I haven't actually even read the abstract yet. So we should probably get around to that at some point. But this is what happens. I turn up. I'm like, hey, we're going to read a paper. And then it's like an hour and a half in and I still haven't actually started reading the paper. And then, yeah, Astro comes in and is like, hey, yeah, 0 words per minute. Yeah, that was about to say. Hey, you're on 0 words per minute. Oh my gosh. But yes, thank you so much for the follow, Renera. Thank you so much. Very into psychological discussion, especially trying my best to help friends and others. So follow. Nice. We love that. Yes. So I'm a research psychologist. So my expertise, TM, is in social psychology. So it's all about like how people think about others and how people communicate with others and how they think about and process information about social stuff, and also how different groups interact with each other in society. That's quite a lot of what I do as well. Yeah, so every now and then someone will come in and they will ask me questions about more like mental health orientated stuff. And unless it's very specific things, my general answer is like, I can't really tell you much about that. But general things like, for example, how do we think about ourselves? what is consciousness? What does it mean to have an identity? Stuff like that. That's fun. We can talk about that. And also like neurodivergence, that's grand. I have like experience both in terms of research and also a bit of clinical work. And also I can weirdly specific, but I can also talk a little bit about dementia sometimes. But other than that, I have no expertise in anything anything like, you know, brain? Question mark? Brain? Well-being? Yes, well, that's the word. Well-being. Yes. Oh, it's a survival based on the Italian Renaissance Wars. What the heck? That's so cool. That's so cool. I love that theme. That's very cool. Hi, hello. How you doing? How you doing? Yes, absolutely. If you like psychological stuff, also psychological discussions, you should also follow Tayu. Yes. Please also follow Tayu. Can I might not be able. I'm sorry, Tayu. I don't think I can give you a shout out because I did it earlier. I'm sorry. But yeah, also follow Tayu. Tayu does really nice mental health orientated content. Tayu, the favorite stuff of mine that you do is the introspective art. I think that's very cool. I love the introspective art streams. Normally I'm just lurking because that's just how I normally operate in other people's streams. I just kind of appear and sit in the shadows. But yeah, I really enjoy those. I think you're very cool too. Thank you. Thank you. The feeling is mutual. I'm in a situation right now where I tried to explain to my roommate that it's not about what you say, but how you say it, and he just doesn't get it. Interesting. Yeah. I mean, I have seen estimates about how much of communication is like verbal in terms of like what you're actually saying versus verbal but like more intonation and stuff like that, like the way that you're saying it. And then also a big part of it is body language as well. That being said, obviously there's a lot of people that are neurodivergent and just like don't process it like that. So like for me personally, I'm a bit oblivious to tone. I'm autistic, and basically the tone and body language, I'm just kind of like don't really process them. So for some people it can be a case of like it is what you say, you know? There's a lot of individual differences in these kinds of things, which is super interesting, and it's why psychology is so fun to study as a science, because like you just uncover more and more layers of like, oh, there's differences. There's differences. How often do things slip into solipsism talk over here? Honestly, so far it hasn't really, but I'm sure it's coming at some point. I feel like generally I don't know enough philosophy to be able to talk about anything like smart in that way. But like one of the things that I want to do is start reading like chunkier books, you know, like philosophy books and stuff, because most of the reading that I've ever done is like overwhelmingly just textbooks and research papers, right? So I want to start reading more like big texts, and then I guess doing like a book club, basically. That's what I want to do. I'm trying to work through a philosophy of science book at the minute, and my plan is that I'm like making notes on it as I go along, and I'm gonna do like a little do a little book club presentation type of thing about it, and then we can talk about the key ideas and stuff. But that's probably gonna be down the road. I don't know. I have an anti-recommendation for that. Do not read Atlas Shrugged. According to someone I know, it was an absolute slog. Really? Okay, I'm half not surprised by that at all. Actually, I'm not surprised by that at all. But also, I've also been recommended it quite a few times, so also it's kind of interesting. But then, I don't know. When someone tells me not to read something, it kind of makes me want to read it more. Do you know what I mean? To be like, is it terrible? Let's find out. Because I kind of enjoy reading bad books, you know, or like things that I disagree with, because then it's like I can start to question, why do I disagree with this? And then it helps me to it helps me to, on the one hand, like I might think about things differently and change my opinions, but also like sometimes it can help me what's the word, articulate my position more, if that makes sense. I don't know. Atlas Shrugged is interesting to read if you can stomach it, I'm sure. Yeah, that's probably how I would feel. Interesting. Yeah. I'm drinking water. I don't know if you can you hear that? You can't. Wow, I did such a good job on these new microphone settings. Check me out. Check me out. Do you mind if I plug another streamer? Go for it. I don't have any rules about like promo or self-promo or anything. You know, as I've said many times, I'm like a VTuber fan. So if people want to tell me about VTubers they like, I want to hear it. When people are doing cool things, it makes me happy, you know? Let's see, where did I get to? Sentai. I will potentially message you about that. Yeah, because the nature of technological process and its impact on society, that's very interesting to me. I know there's like a whole field of like science and technology studies. That is yeah, very, very cool. Very, very interesting. Want to know more about that. I feel like there's a lot that I could learn from that even for my own research. So yeah. Let's see. Words, chemistry words. Blech. Blech. Let's see. Is there a difference between smart and stubborn? Why not both? Why not both? They're definitely orthogonal concepts because you can definitely be stubborn and not smart at all. You can be stubbornly incorrect about things, for example. I feel like, yeah, you probably need to be both, don't you? You probably need to be both. Although I know for okay. One of the things that I had to do when I was working in the mental health services was I had to like do cognitive testing, right? But like not I didn't have, well, I did also have to do it. But like we did cognitive testing in the service, and that is basically just like, for lack of a better word, it's like IQ testing. So I had to both deliver it. Well, I did like the short form version. So if any, I don't know, Rico, you might know what this is. The Adam Brooks, what is it? ACE, Adam Brooks Cognitive Examination or something like that. That one I did. That one I was allowed to administer to people. I had the training and I was allowed to do it. But like the more kind of like, oh, my headset's just disconnected again. Why is this a thing that's happening every stream now? This is very silly. I need a new headset. Yeah, but like the kind of chunkier batteries of cognitive testing, we had to have a qualified psychologist do those. But then they changed it so that it didn't have to be a qualified psychologist. It could be like an assistant psychologist who has a bachelor's or master's degree, who is supervised by a qualified psychologist. They could do it too. And then they were training up this assistant psychologist to deliver these tests, and I had to do one. So I do actually know vaguely where I fall in relation to the population on a whole bunch of cognitive abilities. And let me tell you, it's probably what you would expect. My verbal fluency was not high. my verbal fluency was not high. My reading ability was very high though. That was the thing that stood out, was my reading ability, and then also my certain bits of memory, like my digit span memory was like freakishly good. It was like 98th percentile or something. And then everything else was like not great. So I know what I'm good at and I know what I'm not good at, you know? I have the paperwork to prove it. Let's see. Oh yeah, of course. Dr. Gremlin, our favorite Dr. Gremlin. Our favorite Dr. Gremlin. I think Psych for Geeks has a Twitch channel, right? Wait, let me just quickly check, because if Psych for Geeks has a Twitch channel, then I can do a shout out. Yes, let's go. Okay, so Psychology for Geeks is a non-profit. And I recently, thanks to Rico, I had the opportunity to talk to what was her, you know what, I feel really bad, I forgot her name's Dr. Elizabeth something, right? Yeah, Dr. Arvizu, is that it? Arvizu? Yeah, this is the thing, is that she's implanted in my memory as Dr. Gremlin now. But yeah, Psych for Geeks is a really, really cool nonprofit. They're working on like a bunch of psychology resources, so like well-being and mental health resources for geeks. You know, it's all based around like nerd culture, so it's like gaming and you know, VTubers and anime and stuff like that. I think some tabletop gaming stuff as well. It's really, really cool work that they're doing. Really, really cool work. So yeah, absolutely give Psych for Geeks a follow on Twitch, because I think Dr. Gremlin does stream sometimes. Yeah. Thank you so much for the follow, Icarus Butler. Welcome in, welcome in. Oh, Bolter, sorry, I apologize. I read that as Butler. That's my British brain kicking in. Thank you so much for the follow. Bolter, there we go. We did it, we did it. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. I hope you're good. I hope you're good. People also misread it as butter. See, I would never misread it as butter. I would never misread it as butter, but butler? Look, British is terminal, unfortunately. So buttery boy, no. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Nietzsche says some interesting stuff. Oh yeah, but he's also a bit problematic. Yeah, I mean, we've had a small read of Schopenhauer before, and that was an experience. That was a real experience. Also, hi Rebel Racing 66. I hope you're good. Discord book club. That would be very fun. That would be very fun. We're still working on. We're still working out a way to make the Discord public without like, you know, having to do a large excessive amounts of moderation, which neither me nor Husmod have time for, unfortunately. So yeah, we're working on it. We're working on it. Hopefully soon. I actually realized I've been uploading VODs again, and I realized I actually said that like a year ago. A year ago, I was like, it'll be open again soon, and then it never was. I promise it will be. I promise it will be. Oh dear. Chemistry is the best science. Chemistry scares me. Chemistry really scares me. It's very visually cool. You can do a lot of very cool visual stuff, but I'm scared of it, you know. For now, exactly. For now, but not forever. You gotta peace out. Thank you so much for joining us, Rico. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. I hope it goes well. You can be stubborn but not smart. There's a regional slang term. Ignorant. I.e. ignorant. It's a stubborn type where the ignorance is a brand and their actions impact others. Like the guy who keeps going for the wrong type of girl and the friend group suffers. No. I love that there's a word for that. That's very cool. That's extremely cool. Doesn't having a master's or bachelor's make you a qualified psychologist? It depends. It varies quite significantly on the region that you're in. So there are some countries where a master's degree makes you a qualified psychologist. There are some countries where you need a doctorate. And then there are some countries where psychologist isn't actually a protected term and anybody with a bachelor's can call themselves a psychologist. So yeah. And then there's also like levels in between. So like, for example, in Ireland, psychologist is not a protected title, but clinical psychologist is a protected title. So you cannot go out and call yourself a clinical psychologist without a doctorate. That's illegal. But you can go out and call yourself, for example, a media psychologist or a social psychologist or a cyber psychologist. because those titles are not protected and anybody can actually call themselves that. Yeah. So when I say I'm a social psychologist, I don't actually need to have any specific qualifications for that. It's more just like I am a social psychologist by training. Like that's the field that I specialize in. So that's what I say. Technically, I can say I'm any type of psychologist, really. My condolences, thank you. It's terrible. It's terrible. Nothing like a bit of terminal British, honestly. Schopenhauer became a bot of a meme in the Discord. Yeah, Schopenhauer's a proper meme. I can't read it seriously, I'm not gonna lie. Can't. I don't think you can read him seriously in some ways. I know that like the non egregiously bigoted stuff is the stuff that he's famous for, but like the bigoted stuff is like so ridiculous it becomes funny. I think it's like the style of writing as well. It's very flamboyant. It's a fun read. A psychologist or a psychologist. Exactly. Hi Woodsticks, how you doing? I hope you're good. Isn't British chronic rather than terminal? Well, British people die eventually, so I would say it's terminal. You know? We're not like omnipotent beings that never die, you know? Or maybe we are, I don't know. But is this the thing that we're not meant to tell people? I don't know. I didn't do very well on the citizenship test. Once I actually like tried to do a practice citizenship test, and oh my gosh, that is really something. That is something. I can't believe they make people do that. Yeah. No. Ah. Chronic and terminal. That's true. It is both. It is both. British is both chronic and terminal. You're doing great. I'm so glad to hear it. I'm also doing great. I'm pretty good. I haven't died yet. Yeah, but you will eventually. Unless. We've discovered our secret. Anyway. Rolling up late with hot chocolate. What I miss? Let's go. I want some hot chocolate now. Welcome, Sirix. I hope you're good. You've not missed anything. I've not started the paper yet. We've just been yapping for 2 hours. To be fair, the title of the stream was originally yapping, maybe we'll do science. So, and then I was like, let's do science. And then I put up the paper and then we're using it as a lovely background. Classic. Yeah, British is also congenital, unfortunately. That's true. It can also be acquired, though, actually saying that. It can be acquired. Terrible stuff. Terrible. I'm so sorry for all my my British. What's the word? I was gonna say like compatriots, but I don't know if that's the right word. Have I just made up that word? Telomere transplants for immortality would be a banger stream. That sounds wild, but that also sounds like that's a problem for one of the biologists. Now, how would people cope with immortality? That is a topic which is psychological and also has been covered before. Why? If you don't already subscribe to Myelin's channel, why not? What's wrong with you? Compatriots is a strange choice, but it is correct. Okay, if it's definitionally correct, then I'm fine with it. My word pulls out the strangest brains. My brain pulls out the strangest words sometimes. I don't know why it does that. What is even the definition of compatriot? Define compatriot. A fellow citizen or national of a country. Okay, no, it was actually the right word. Let's go. I know what I'm talking about. Low verbal fluency, take that. I remember actually when I had to do those cognitive tests, like I was basically acting as like a practice participant for one of the trainee psychologists. And yeah, they gave me a big list of words to read out. And I was like, I can read these words. I know what they mean. I can't say some of them. And they were like, you got to do it anyway. And I was like, okay. And then the thing that sticks out to me is the word hegemonic. I couldn't say it. And it wasn't until like 5 years later when I went to a conference and I heard someone say it and I was like, oh, that's how you say it. Yeah, so that sticks out in my mind as being particularly traumatic, to be honest. That was pretty bad. Because I remember I had like a qualified clinical psychologist with 2 doctorates and also a trainee psychologist, both peering over me, being like, why can't you say this word? This is a very standard psychology word. Why can't you? Well, it's sociology, but you know. Why can't you say it? And I was like, I don't know. I think I said like hegemony or something. It was terrible. It was terrible. Yeah, they had like a clinical psychology doctorate, like a practice one, and then they also had a PhD. And it wasn't even like they did. Sometimes you'll meet people who did a PhD so that they could get onto a clinical psychology doctorate, right? This person was the other way round. They did the clinical psychology doctorate and then was like, I'm bored. I want to go back and do another PhD. Like I want to do a research PhD. And it wasn't even anything related to clinical either. It was in like environmental psychology or something. I don't know. Sometimes you meet people and you're like, I don't get your decisions, but fair enough. Fair enough. They're just like me for real. Please no. Please no. Don't do that. Got you on the big screen for a while like doing PT. Thank you. Thank you. Enjoy your PT and your lac. I hope your PT goes good. Yes, yes. They should not treat people with that attitude. I know. It's like I'm just gonna cause myself more suffering for no reason. You're not modeling good behavior. Terrible. Terrible. Yeah. I don't know how people can be bad in your field, but on my side, people come from so many different countries that you don't really pay attention to pronunciation and stuff. Yeah, see, this was in an area where there wasn't that many like well, there was, I guess, quite a few people that were like from outside of the UK. So this was in like a bit of the UK where there was quite a lot of people from different places. But I think it was more, I had a very different accent back then. And I think that it was, I think I was just very self-aware because I had a very, for lack of a better word, I had a very common accent. And now I've got more like generalized university accent. So I don't really have that problem as much anymore. But yeah, back then I had a very strong regional working class accent and I was very self-aware and people would be a bit weird sometimes. And I didn't feel like they were being weird. I think it was more like I had told myself that they were being weird because like they weren't. They definitely weren't. Like the qualified psychologist I think was also from a similar kind of background to me, but like from a different part of the country and also had a regional accent. And then like the other one was just not even from the UK. So there was no reason why they would judge me like that. But it just, I don't know. At the time, I was very aware of it. Yeah. Also, thank you for the follow, Halo Spirit. Thank you, thank you. Welcome in. I hope you're ready to take part in some research because you've just signed the informed consent form. I feel like hegemonic is a word that can be entirely missed. Like I use it, but I just talk like that. Yeah, right? This is the thing. I think I was just pronouncing it in, no, I wasn't even pronouncing it in a way that was in line with my accent. I was actually just pronouncing it like just not quite right. It was because I'd only ever seen it written down. I'd never actually heard it out loud. So yeah, I didn't know how it was said. And then like, it was just presented to me on this long list. And I was like, I don't know what to do. I'm scared. Are you saying that you lost your countryside identity? No, I never had a countryside identity. I had a urban area identity. Yeah. But it's not that I've lost my identity. I think it's more that my identity is adapted, if that makes sense. Well, more than my accent. I guess my accent and my identity are both adapted, because now I'm like around a very broad range of people. Like if I'm like, I don't know, nobody that I work with is from the same place that I am from. So I think my accent is just kind of like more generalized now, because that's just the way it's gone, because that's just what I'm surrounded with, if that makes sense. I'm surrounded with lots of people, and therefore my accent does lots of things now. Yeah. You gotta head out, Hunter. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Thank you for joining us. I may be wrong or projecting, but I think there's an inherent contradiction in that we're born as social creatures that rely on other people, one another to survive, but society is filled with constant messages to fear people. Yeah, I don't know, because it's interesting, isn't it? Because people can do a lot of good in terms of like protecting you and supporting you, but people can also do a lot of damage potentially. It is both simultaneously. I think that there's also a lot of messaging in society about trusting people too, but we have a bit of a negativity bias. So like you tend to remember things that are bad. That's like one of the biases that have been found very, very consistently, is that we tend to remember stuff that's bad and we're less likely to remember stuff that's good. And yeah, that is probably a good example of that. Hi, bye. How are you doing? How you doing? I love being 2 hours late and being on the title page. I don't even know why it's still up. We're literally just yapping. I honestly might as well put it away. We're not talking about this. Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to do that. Imagine it would just give up. But it's time to just give up. No, we're not. We're not doing it. Let's be honest. We're just yapping today. It was going to be science, but it ended up in yapping. But like, I'm going back to the original title of the stream, which was yapping, and maybe we'll also do some science or something. There we go. We give up. We'll come back to the paper another time. To be fair, it's been like, what, like I've streamed once, I think, in the last 2 weeks because life has been so weird. So I just had too much yap. I should have known this. I should have known that I needed to use up the yap. I should have predicted that. Yeah. Thank you so much for the lab safety register check-in, said Victor. I hope you're good. You must also depart. No problem, Luke Dietra. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much. Isn't that a bigger issue? Because society has become much bigger than what our humans are capable of having without issues in our brain boxes happening. That sentence is very difficult to pass. Wait, isn't that a bigger issue? Because society has become much bigger than what we humans are capable of having without issues in our brain box happening. Okay. So society has got too big for us to be able to process it adequately, because we would traditionally be in smaller tribes. I don't know. I don't know about. That I don't know about, to be honest. That's kind of beyond my expertise. Maybe it's a possibility. I don't know. Potentially. Also, hi Basil, how you doing? How you doing? I hope you're good. The words graph on the spreadsheet is a flat line. It's fine. I accept my fate. 0 words per minute. It's fine. I accept it. I accept it. Look like an interesting title. Yeah, but we'll come back to it. We'll come back to it, you know. We'll come back to metacognitive myopia another time. Yeah, just remove it from the spreadsheet. We're not counting this. I should have known. I had too much yap, you know. The yap was all stored up. That sounds so weird. What the heck? Oh, thank you for the hydrate as well. You know what? Actually, I have been drinking a lot as we've been talking. Because that's just how I don't know. That's just how I feel today. So yeah. You want to do more journal reading to make it onto Astral's spreadsheet? You should actually. You should. I think that this would be very good, actually. We should have a competition. We should do like wait, here's an idea. Here's an idea. V theorem event. We all read something relevant to our field. Okay, but we only have 2 hours to do it, and then it's like a, what are they called, like a raid relay, and we pass it on to the next person, and if whoever gets the furthest through the paper wins something. We should do that. That would be fun. It's like the karaoke relays, but like research paper relay. I don't know what would NEP do though. I guess NEP sometimes reads papers, right? So, or maybe not. Maybe like a botany book, something like that. That could be fun. That could be fun. The yappening. I live in fear of the yappening. Let's be honest. Every stream is a yappening. It's terrible. It's terrible. You actually count it manually. That's wild. I feel like one of the people in... Okay, surely there is somebody here who has enough Python knowledge to be able to automate the counting. Surely. Surely there is some kind of way to like automate it through like... Could you do like some kind of automated Twitch API integration? I guess Twitch and YouTube are different though, right? Maybe relying on YouTube transcripts once VODs are up. That could work. That could work. Although you don't get the live stream of success, right? Taking bets on who wins, that would be so fun. That would be so fun. You can bet channel points, yeah. It wouldn't be me. It wouldn't be me. I'd just accept it. You did indeed complete a paper speed run on stream. You did. I think exactly once I finished a whole paper on stream, and it was literally like a 6-page paper. This one was meant to be 8 pages and I didn't even manage to start, so it's fine. We'll come back to it. We'll come back to it. This is what happens when I've not been able to stream properly for a while, and then I just need to talk. I just need to talk. I'm sorry. Just gotta get the yapping energy out. Starting is half the battle. That's true. However, with a paper, it's not, because sometimes I read the first, like, the abstracts or something, and then I give up, and then we don't actually read the rest of it. I think me and Mylin ruled during the stream on Monday that Fi has infinite words per minute, as he has already read the paper for the alcohol one. Okay, that's fair, actually. That's fair. Right, have you ever, you have, yeah, aside from the speedrun one, have you done any streams where you just read the paper on stream? I can't remember. There's now so much V theorem content that I can't keep tabs on it anymore. We're all being too productive. What's going on? Well, apart from recently, since everyone's just dying, but, aside from that. Executive dysfunction is a struggle. That's true. That's true and relatable. When I'm feeling overwhelmed, sometimes I just want to go and sit in front of my washing machine. Like, I'll put on a load of laundry and then I'll just sit in front of it and I'll stare at it because I like the spinny. Yeah. Thank you for the lovely stream, and thank you, Dutchie, for introducing this yapper. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you. Absolutely. Please do excuse yourself. Have a lovely rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining us. I made it halfway through a COVID paper when I had COVID. In my defense, I had COVID. Yeah, I think that's fair enough. Have I ever... I think I have told the story of when I gave a conference presentation. Okay. Clarification. It was an online conference. I did a conference thing. It may have been a talk or it may have been a poster. I won't say which one. While I had COVID, and I wasn't even like recovering from COVID. It was like I had a 39 Celsius fever and couldn't talk, and I still managed to do it. And the worst part is that one person visited, and this person turned up, listened to my talk, and then was like, are you okay? I don't think you should be presenting. And I was like, yeah, I have COVID. And they were like, why are you here? And I was like, gotta present my research. It was terrible. It was terrible. Don't do that. That's very, very silly. To be fair, I was asleep until 5 minutes before. I woke up, did the thing. It wasn't very long. It was like 15 minutes. Went straight back to sleep after. But yeah, don't do that. It's a terrible, terrible decision. 0 out of 10. Do not recommend. Do not recommend. Yeah. At a certain point, I can't handle screens, so I just stare at my wall. There's a sense of security in that static image that I don't dare to self-analyze. It's me. Okay, to be fair, I like stare out of the window in the same way because things don't really change. And I also, yeah, I watch the washing machine because for me, there needs to be like a little bit of movement going on, you know, otherwise I get bored. Not bored, but like it has to be like rhythmic and repetitive. And that's what, like, you know, like laundry, like a washing machine, because it's like one of the front loading ones, right? Those are most common here in Ireland is the front loading ones. So it's got like the little glass pane where you can watch it. And then also traffic. I like watching traffic. Yeah, those two things are very nice to me. And then also if I can't do either of those for whatever reason, then like those videos where it's literally just like walking through a city, that I like those too. Nice stimulation, very good. Makes my brain happy. And hello. Oh gosh, wait, how do I say this? Ichthyologist. I know that that's fish, right? That's something to do with fish, right? Right? Or am I wrong? Yeah, it's fish. Let's go. Did I say it right? Did I say it right? But yeah, welcome in, welcome in. I hope you're good. Yes, I am indeed a scientist. Mostly right. What bit did I get wrong? Is it ichthyologist? I tend to like. Oh wait, wait, no, wait. Okay, my brain defaults to like the ch sometimes being like because I did like I've studied 2 languages that have it like that basically. So yeah, my bad. Ichthyologist? Like that? Oh, ichthyologist. What? I'm confused. I'm confused. Ichthyologist. Okay, so it's not ichthyologist, it's ichthyologist. Got it. Hard K. Okay. I'm doing my best. Fish. There's fish everywhere. Yes. Reminds me of that Nietzsche quote. Stare into the abyss and the abyss stares back at you. Yeah, that's true actually. Maybe it is that kind of energy. Maybe. I put the current state of the spreadsheet in the Discord. Thank you. Thank you. I'm excited. I can't wait to see how terribly I'm doing because I'm sure it's terribly. I wouldn't be surprised if I've got the lowest word count per minute out of everyone because there's so many times where I just give up and I'm just like, we're taking 3 streams to read this one paper. This is why I'm thinking maybe I should do more like snippet type stuff. I don't know. What area of social psychology are you working on? My research is mostly around why people believe things about science or do things about science. That was very weirdly phrased. I apologized. So it's like the cognition and behavior and social identities around science. So partially like why people believe misinformation and conspiracy theories and stuff like that. Partially how their identities and social experiences might influence like stuff like their research questions that they would ask as a scientist. And then also partially like, you know, kind of like more kind of systemic stuff too. Yeah. So it's kind of a mix of things. Kind of a mix of things, yeah. So far it's the last two Mylan and this one, so oh yeah, no, well, this one is by default 0, but you're taking this one off, right? You're taking this one off, right? So this doesn't count. This doesn't count. It's fine. It's fine. Does it cross into sociology often? It can do sometimes, but not super often. I don't actually have any like formal training in sociology. So yeah. Not necessarily, but sometimes. But then my approach is normally pretty like interdisciplinary anyway. So I would tend to I would tend to kind of look at a range of stuff in general. Yeah. I got into fish with no interest in biology or science from working a summer with aquaculture, and here I am on track to a PhD. Let's go! Let's go. That's so fun. I love that. One interaction changed my life. Honestly, that's amazing. I love that so much. There was a part of me that like wanted to be basically I'm very interested in like cetaceans. So like part of me kind of wanted to do marine biology at one point. There was a while where I was like obsessed with volcanoes and I wanted to be a volcanologist. And mine is my career path basically is my interest in sciencey stuff has basically just been like all of my special interests, all of the things that I'm like obsessively interested in. But yeah, no, I ended up settling on psychology because I had a teacher that was really, really good. So yeah, that's what I ended up doing. I feel like that's so fun though, and that's such a good highlight as to why like science communication is so important, right? Yeah, because like it's small interactions, even like that, even just like a summer thing like that can change somebody's life like that. That's amazing. Yeah, maybe there could be a 0 words per minute monarch award. That would be very, very fun. Actually, that would be fun. Yeah, right. It is interesting when small occurrences can have such a big influence. Exactly, exactly. Speaks to the idea of appreciating the little things. Very much so. Very much so. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, I have yapped a lot, and I also have to be up very early tomorrow because I'm actually not working tomorrow. I'm not working tomorrow. I'm doing some like other stuff. PM. But I need to be up early because of it. So I think that we should wrap up, even though we didn't do any like science, but we talked a bit, right? We talked a lot about science related stuff. So that's fine. That's fine. It kind of counts. We weren't in the wrong category or anything, you know? I swear. I swear. I had an awful psychology teacher in high school, which made me reject social science as my paper got an F. After I complained, I got an A, so I figured it wasn't for me. That's so sad. I'm really, really sorry for that. Yeah, it's a shame how like a bad teacher, like, because obviously when you're young like that, you're kind of impressionable from like authority figures like a teacher, right? It's a real shame when that happens. I'm very, very sorry. I had a similar thing with physics. I was actually very good at physics. I got good grades in it. And then yeah, I was basically told by the teacher, like, why are you here? Why are you here? Leave. You're terrible at this. And I was like, okay. And then I sat my final exams and then I got a really good grade, but then I wasn't allowed to like continue it on at that point. So yeah, I get you. I get you. It's not good. It's not good. It's a real shame when that happens. But yeah. I think that psychology is one of the things that's actually for everybody. Like there is something in psychology that is, because it's so broadly applicable as a field, there's something in there for everyone, I reckon. It's just about putting it in the right format. And also on top of that, you know, after you complained and got an A, it like, let's be honest, they just graded that wrong. There's no way that the grade would change that much. So I think you were probably pretty good at it. Also, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you so much for the follow. Oh, she didn't like that I referenced literature outside the curriculum. She wasn't aware of new theories. I did that too. In my psychology, like A level, I did that too. But my teacher was a legend and he was cool with it. So, and then he would like look stuff up and check that I was like reading it correctly and would be like, yeah, you're doing good. And I'd be like, thank you. Yeah. So yeah, it just goes to show how much, you know, just like a supportive teacher can make a difference, right? But yeah, I'm sorry that happened. All my physics teachers were goated, so that's probably why I chose it. Honestly, it does make such a big impact, right? It makes such a big impact. No idea how the word monarch escaped my mind. Yeah, I mean, I always forget about it too, to be fair. But I read the whole sentence for once, and then I was like, quick, think of a word. Ouch. I don't know. Can you even hear it when I knock that now? Or have I set up my mic too powerfully? Is it all good now? I don't know. It's also a motivating factor to try out new things. Very true. Life's more fun when you try out new things. You learn new things. That's what I think anyway. Ethology is fun. Fish behavior is one thing. So kind of psychology of fishes. Yes. There's a paper that I want to read and it's called The Psychology of Cows. That sounds very fun. I want to read that. We're gonna cover that at some point, but it's not open access, I think. So yeah, I need to read it and then report back. I've been lucky to have great teachers throughout my school years. They were just unlucky to have me. I'm sure they weren't. I'm sure they secretly liked you. Even if they told you off, I'm sure they secretly liked you. Like if they're a good teacher, then they appreciate inquisitive students, you know? And you give me that kind of energy. You give me the kind of energy of somebody that asks questions in a good way. Okay. So yeah, I think it's time to wrap up now because I'm not gonna lie, I'm very tired. I need to go. I'm very tired. So what are we doing today? Watched a video of a bear flipping over an overturned safety cone of its own, and it's ruining my brain. They're smart. Very smart. Let's see. How far through are you? One of our friends is doing science communication. Let's see.
Harder.
Are you wrapping up anytime soon?
It's late. Tongue sticking out.
Thank you so much for the resub, Bobo. Thank you so much. You're tired because it's late? True. It's very true. I am tired because it's late. I'm also tired because I didn't sleep very well last night. Yeah. 24.6k. Not going to hit the hour threshold today. Next time. You got to save it for the funniest moment. That's what people do. You got to hold on to it. You gotta hold on to it. Okay, I think that one of the friends of the stream, Racodactylus, is doing a science communication stream today. And it doesn't look like he's wrapping up anytime soon. So I guess we can go and raid into him. He looks like he's talking about, what is that? Demarcation? What does pseudoscience look like? Oh, that's interesting. That sounds fun. That sounds very fun. We should go and say hi. Okay, so I don't know when I'm gonna, pseudoscience. It sounds fun. I have no idea what specifically. I'm not good at like listening and talking at the same time. But yeah, we should go say hi. What was I gonna say? I'm still not streaming on a regular schedule. I am guerrilla streaming still because things are just a bit all over the place at the minute. The last few weeks have been a bit weird. And yeah, I don't know when I'm gonna have a schedule or if I'm ever gonna have a schedule. I kind of like not having a schedule. It's kind of fun to just stream when I feel like it. We'll see though. We'll see. Yeah. And hi Nero Savi, welcome in. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. Yeah, I'm sorry. We're just wrapping up. I'm sorry. Very much appreciate the follow and you joining us though. I really appreciate that. Thank you. But yeah, I don't know when I'll be streaming next again. Definitely not tomorrow because I have something to do. Otherwise, not sure. Genuinely have no idea. I guess I will just turn up. As I always do. I'll just turn up. Maybe next time we'll actually read a paper. Who knows? Wild. Weekend is pretty consistent. It does sometimes be. Also, hi Boomer, how are you? Hello. No, that's okay. I appreciate you just dropping by, even if it's at the end. Thank you so much. Yeah, no. Sometimes weekend is consistent. Not sure if it will be this weekend, but maybe weekend. Normally I stream evenings and weekends Ireland time. So yeah, you can just go off like UTC basically. Look at that. Probably evening, or so like normally like 7 p.m. UTC on weekdays, or at any time really on weekends. Yeah. That's my approximate time. But yeah, otherwise I've got nothing else. I'm sorry. Yeah, I've got no thoughts. My brain is now just closing and I have no opinions anymore. So let's go and say hi to Racco. Wait, I've got raid message. Oh my gosh, I can't type. Raid message. Oh, nope. Raid message. 1. Is this it now? Yeah, there we go. So the top one's the subscriber one and the bottom one's the non-subscriber one. I listened. I remembered. I finally remembered to do it. Let's go. But yeah, let's go and say hello to Racco. Racco does really cool science communication streams and also does speed running. So if you like either of those things, absolutely check out his streams. I think they're very cool and very fun. And he's just a nice person, you know, and also has a similar research area to me, which is very fun. But yeah, I hope you will enjoy the stream, and thank you all so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. We yapped. We have once again yapped excessively and not actually done any science really, but we kind of yapped scientifically today, so I think that's fine. Yeah, let's go spread some pseudoscience. Exactly. Let's go. Maybe let's not spread the pseudoscience. Let's learn about it. Definitely. Let's definitely learn about it. Yeah. But yeah, I will see you all at some point, potentially, maybe, soon, perhaps. And yeah, thank you all so much for joining me. And I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye.